we are of course here seated at your flagship plant. So I would like to ask, how have you used this slump in the market, this lull over the last 15 months to add efficiencies in your entire value chain? Because from what I gather, you operated in bits and pieces and never really shut manufacturing completely at the plant, even though the situation was very challenging, and also perhaps because you are catering to a segment that extends to essential. So tell us about the efficiencies you added overall to your entire value chain.
Okay, so during the pandemic, the majority of our workers, like the labor class was from as everyone has the fabricator from outside Maharashtra. We have 20%, 30% from outside Maharashtra. So most of them, they went back to their native places. But the workers and the staff where we come from the Maharashtra. So what we did is we did a staying arrangement here in the premises itself, so nobody should go out. So we provided them entire lodging and food facility. So that was the unique point where we used to make them comfortable here so that production should not hamper, and that is how we could get over the pandemic.
Right. Could you share with us the best practices of your R&D, design and manufacturing capability, since you now compare yourself with the global best practices? So what are those best practices and how indigenous are you in this whole process?
I would say training is key, because we have to educate, because Indian workers mentality was never to go one step, extra out of box thinking was not there. So we did a lot of training. This has to be done like this. There is no compromise for the quality. There is no compromise for the process. Till you don't get this quality, you have to be there. You have to be there and make it. So training was a major part we did. Everybody got extensive training, not only for export market but Indian market, because we told them that whatever we produce for our local market, that has to go to European market, not the other way around. That European market there is a different product setup, and Indian market there is a different setup. No, there is only one setup, which is standard setup for quality.
Right. Out of all these vehicles that you've designed and you continue to design and again approach the export markets with some wonderful vehicles that you gave us a tour of, which would be a personally very close achievement for you, your flagship product across all of these different segments?
Okay, so the recyclers which we are selling into European market is at par. I would say, I would not say the best, better than Germans or Europeans, but at par with Europeans at very competitive price, and it has been working fantastically in Belgium and Czech. So that's my flagship product, recycler.
Right. Is there already a strategy in place for the trend of electrification or say alternate fuel vehicles that might soon be adopted at a higher rate than they currently are? And are you also thinking about how they alter the benchmarks of say the performance or the after sales that you cater to now with the current set of vehicles?
Okay, so we are already working with a complete electrical truck for environmental cleaning vehicle. So which is on the we have done already 40% work is completed, but there are some policies to be decided. That's why we are waiting.
Right.
But regarding after sales service and support, we already have a setup established in Europe. We have an establishment in Czech Republic, and we have associate partner in Belgium. We have associate partner in Montreal. So we have pretty good network over the Europe, because everybody is very eager. Even our partners are eager to introduce our trucks into European market. So we are fully charged, and we are just waiting for another breakthrough.
Right. Another interesting thing that I came across was that compared to the Western counterparts, where the user interface of such vehicles is slightly more complicated, you try to simplify the user interface. How did you achieve that? And even with that kind of a simplification, do you extend your customers with services like driver skilling or any upgraded set of skills that are required to maneuver such high-end vehicles?
As I mentioned, our tagline is we call it indie cycler, the indie cycler. So it's simpler. So we have made it as such a simple vehicle in terms of operations that practically a layman with a training of a week or 10 days can operate this vehicle. And whatever, if anything goes wrong, it comes on the screen. So you just have to read the screen and do the corrections. So that's actually I would say our USP, that we keep it very, very simple.
Right. I'm coming to the last leg of my questions. Before that, I just wanted to talk about government intervention. There has been a lot of intervention in terms of financial tranches, MSME reclassification, direct or indirect incentivization to various sectors. Has that in any way come to the aid of the company directly or indirectly? How do you look at government intervention for ease of doing business overall?
Well, to be very honest, this government, present government has a lot of good initiative come up for the MSMEs and for export-oriented businesses. We have also been benefited out of that. They have a lot of during the pandemic also they gave the MSME a lot of aid, a lot of working capital. So over the period, I'm sure it's going to be increasing, because they're also promoting the Made in India initiative. So that has also helped us a lot, and I'm sure over the period is going to be definitely helpful for the industries.
Right, right. Now, in the aftermath of the pandemic, and there is still that imminent threat of recurring waves looming large, to sum it up all, what are the growth areas and challenge areas for the company in the foreseeable future?
Okay, so the growth area is, of course, as I said, there is tremendous potential for the European and American market. The main challenge what European and American are facing is the delivery time. The normal delivery time of such vehicles is about 13 to 15 months, which is huge because they are completely loaded with orders. So we are focusing to target that area. And of course, India is huge. India is expecting, Prime Minister already, allocated 1 lakh crore budget for Clean India, eliminating manual scavenging. And there are a lot of road sweepers, road cleaning vehicles is to be, the potential of cleaning the roads is there, potential of cleaning, sewer cleaning is going to be increased. So there is a tremendous potential for such type of vehicles in coming years across India. So we have no issue. We just have to keep to the, up to your manufacturing standards and just keep going.
Right, right. A closing comment on your activities based out of Pune, from the components side and the R&D side, which is based out of Pune.
So we have a design center, R&D center in Pune, where our core competency is our design center and R&D center, which is based in HO in Pune. So we spend a good amount of money on the research and development, because that's the future. That's the main. We feel that that's the future. You have to always think 10, 20, 25 years ahead of what's happening right now. So we'll keep doing that. We'll keep experimenting. We'll try. We don't. We'll make sure we are up to the European path, European speed, and we will continue that. And we also have a plant in Pune where we do component manufacturing, where all the components are being manufactured in our Pune plant, which is in Narek. So these are.
Right, right. Thank you so much for your time, and wish you all the best on your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.